What is up, my lads? I have covered almost every single Paradox games that was compatible with my tastes at the release date, and Europa Universalis 5 won't really be any different. Just to make things clear, I haven't really researched the game in detail. As a matter of fact, I haven't even played the tutorial yet. So in many ways, I am doing a blind run, so to speak, without having made too much research or having too much knowledge about the game. In that way, I kind of wanna show how the experience would be for a hypothetical first-time player. So yeah, let's see what this is all about. Personally, I have witnessed some red flags about this game, so I am going towards it with a sense of mild optimism, but we will soon find out what this game is really all about. A thing that concerned me a little bit from the very beginning was the performance considerations. I have not the greatest rig ever, but I think it is pretty decent. So if it has a hard time running it, that will be a problem, obviously. As a proper Greek lad, I will obviously start with the Eastern Roman Empire. Do I have any game options? Alright. The Greek country centered around Byzantium will be known as the Byzantine Empire. The Greek country centered around Byzantium will be known as the Eastern Roman Empire, even though they are about 1000 Roman miles away from the city of Rome. What's up? Okay, I'm not going to say it. I don't know. Anyways, let's get started. It seems like the Swedes have some sort of inferiority complex about us Hellenes. So again, this isn't the type of, how do I put this? The type of video you would watch if you wanted to know everything about the game. Rather, it is more of a representation of how a typical player who is close to my profile, what he would experience. And right now I am experiencing a little bit of a sensory information with all of these tooltips. This has been a trend ever since Crusader Kings 3. But let's see what this is all about. Close to being a target of an international organization, we can be targeted in a jihad. Alright, that seems a little bit of a worthless alert. Non-integrated provinces. How do we integrate them? No active policy. Alright. This is certainly a little bit on the overwhelming side of things for a day zero. Hare can have a better education. Except that he really cannot. Can he? I will give him a military education. Our emperor is Andronicus III and he is 40 years old, so unless he has some sort of premature death script, we will have him around for a while. Regarding historical accuracy, it seems fine, as in how the porters look. They even got Philadelphia here right. And regarding our army, if I'm reading this correctly, we can raise up to 10,000 levies and 1,000 regulars. As for the Ottomans, who are obviously our prime enemy. How do I even check this out? Let's see. Oh, so you cannot do... Okay, you can. Very interesting choice to hide the declare war button under a hostile actions type of list. Alright. We lack a commander for our units. Although our first so-called first army is just 200 people, that's a little bit weird. And again, I see a really overwhelming amount of buttons and settings. I kinda wonder how a new player would feel about this. Allow. Another thing that I find a little bit debatable is why do I get this as a notification, so to speak, even though it is impossible for me to change this? That's weird. Pops are missing goods in the following markets: fruit, fine clothes, grains and furniture. Oh, so they have like hard-coded markets. They have the Constantinople market and the Ragusa market, alright. And how do we go on about to see the trade map? Markets. So that's what this looks like. Alright. Is there any form of automation I could be using? Again, very interesting choice to hide the map mode buttons between a type of thing, a collapsible section in the UI. Is there an automation type of setting? Because this is quite overwhelming, to be honest. Okay. So you just right click this and it becomes automated. Alrighty. What else can you automate here? You can automate your diplomatic interactions. That's a little bit debatable. As in, how would that even work? Like, what the heck? There are all sorts of minor states that I will have to deal with as I am reunifying the empire, so let me see if there is some sort of way to... Wait, Epirus is already my vassal. And I will very soon be able to begin the annexation process. Let's actually check the basics, like how are my diplomatic relations looking like. Alright. Again, I don't wanna be too harsh on the game because this is partially on me. Because I haven't researched about the game in massive depth, but when I first started Stellaris or Imperator Rome, for example, it didn't actually feel that overwhelming. Even though I also didn't bother with the tutorials on those games. As a matter of fact, I don't think I have ever bothered with tutorials in any Paradox game at all, now that I think of it. My rivals should obviously be the Ottomans. Are they even an option? So I have 0 rivals, yet the Ottomans are not an option. That's really interesting. Why, Jesus, why are some of these countries even options to be my enemies? So they copied that debatable mechanic from Europa Universalis 4, where you need, no matter what, to have rivals, or else you get some significant penalties. I will just place Tunis for the time being. It seems that you can even automate diplomacy, so sure, why not? Alright. I really don't like this tech tab. It is beyond overwhelming. Alright. This is like a Unity game UI level. Oh god. You know, a funny part about the UI is that when I was first seeing it on the dev diaries, I was like, yeah, this is obviously just a placeholder UI. Obviously they're going to change this. There's no way in hell they're going to actually go with this. If I saw this screenshot right here and I had no other information and I didn't know about Europa Universalis 5 or followed Paradox news, I would be like, oh, is some sort of new indie company bothering making a strategy game? That seems cool. It is really amateurish looking. And we had these screenshots ever since like half a year, maybe even a year ago, so they had all the time in the world to polish things, but they really didn't want to. So we have some sort of Slavic rebels building up. Alright, I don't understand why having an underage hair is a notification. I don't want more rivals for the time being. I don't care about these rebels. I have automated the markets. Okay, let's put someone for the Imperial Army. Maybe I will increase it later on. What is this again? So, is this... Some military scores are silver, some are bronze, and some are gold. This is confusing me a little bit. If I am supposedly... Oh, it is just using a really... Okay, now I get it. This one, the total talent of an individual looked like 2 crossed swords. So I will put this guy in charge of the Imperial Army. And this guy in charge of the fleet. Very debatable to have this one as the default, since he seems to be an admiral. And that's about it. How about the budget? What can we do? Monthly change of legitimacy. We don't have a lot, so I wonder why Andronikos III would have such a low legitimacy. It's not like he was contested in any way whatsoever. Sure, his son was contested, but that was for another reason. Considering that we're not doing well economically right now, we can afford to deprioritize this a little bit. I will be going to war with the Turks quite soon, so I will not actually fuck around with the army maintenance. What the hell? Why are our expenses like that? What? So I can only tax my rich by 0.5% and I cannot tax anything else. Alright, that's a little bit interesting. Again, we do not have the luxury to be generous with our neighbors. Is it? That's so weird. Is this like some sort of a... Oh, it is the Eastern Roman Empire, therefore it has to be difficult type of thing? I'm not sure. Look at this. Even if I reduce all my expenses to 0, I will still be in the red, won't I? Am I missing something? What the hell? Oh, so the game expects you to mint, alright. Where can I see my inflation? So when you do not mint, you actually have deflation. My current inflation is 10%. Is this per month? So that will be an inflation rate of 1% per year. And that will place us just barely in the green with all of our other expenses on the 0, which is still not sustainable. Am I doing something wrong here? This is really debatable. Alright. Where can I see my stability? -4. They kind of copied the Mew and Taxes style of stability. And with that we will actually be in the red, but it's fine because I literally don't think it will be possible for us not to be in the red with this type of setup. Who knows, maybe our war against the Turks will kind of bring us in the green. So presumably I need to wait for a month minimum before I can declare war on them. So the Ottomans can declare me as their rival, but I cannot. That's interesting. Convert province. What? Perhaps we had a Catholic province here. It's so awkward having to constantly scroll for this pop-up in order to get the religion. Why do they have the Imperator Rome icon for a religion? So, which is the province that we are supposedly converting? Perhaps these Paulicians right here. Anyways. What would it take to, hypothetically speaking, vassalize a neutral country here? What the hell? Propose ruler. No. Maybe this is one of those you need to have a certain threshold of previous relationships in order for the option to even appear. Who knows, even? Like, I can't even see my own relations, as a matter of fact. They have the very debatable estate system as well. Certainly, that doesn't help with all of the bloat that I feel that this game is experiencing right now. They really didn't wanna use a cross for religion, and so they used the sun, which is so out of place. So how do I declare war against the Turks? I need to wait until the 1st of May, alrighty. Request anti-piracy agreement. No, thank you. And why is an anti-piracy agreement a hostile action? Like what? Maybe it means an anti-piracy agreement against Trebizond, kind of like a coalition, so to speak. Subject actions. But these do not appear with... Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, they do not appear with... I think these countries right here are Catholic, and that's why they don't appear. But aren't the Albanians Orthodox then? Let's check this out. Elba, the Kingdom of Albania. This... I don't know, man. This feels like playing Imperator Rome, but they instead doubled down with all of the bloat. Like, for the first time in a Paradox game, I can't see the diplomatic status of a country. I can't even see the diplomatic status of my own country. I genuinely cannot believe this. Partially, okay, finally I found it. Ebrus is my vassal, Tunis is my rival, I got an alliance with Trebizond, and I am improving opinion, presumably automatically, with Bulgaria and Hungary. Alright. Can I get an alliance? I can... Oh, so this is for us to subject ourselves to their religion. Alright. I really wanna see what a war with the Ottomans will look like. Some Russian principality presumably left. Alright. Based paradox. Oh god. The Turkish threat. So here we have a disaster which just triggered as soon as we got that event. I am clicking this, but I am not taken to the disaster tab, assuming such a thing even exists. Oh, could it be that the disaster tab doesn't exist and that the game instead expects you to use this thing as a substitute for the disaster tab? There is no way in hell. That's way too incompetent design. It has to be somewhere around here. Alright, so on a second thought, maybe the problem wasn't that my expenses are unsustainable, rather it was that the game hadn't updated its values yet. Meaning that we have room to increase spending quite a bit, or at least to reduce inflationary policy. Alright. Okay, so they do have some sort of a situation tab, also, although I can't tell where the fuck you're supposed to get this tab, if it exists. So you can automate quite a lot of things actually. It's good that you can automate all of this garbage because I just know that I would never bother with things like estates to begin with. I barely even interacted with estates in Europa Universalis 4. But what's the point of all of these things existing if players are going to automate them anyway? I kinda wonder what the reviews are gonna be. Like, I kind of feel like I cannot trust my own judgment too much because I am a contrarian. So, I don't know, man. For example, I really disliked Crusader Kings 3, but the masses liked it. So, who knows, maybe I am a little bit out of touch with how the average strategy fan operates. Anyways, so we have a coup attempt in 100 months, the decline of the Empire disaster in 50 months, and this one, wait a minute, it's not progress, it's chance, so it's a little bit different. So how do I stop any of these? This is literally impossible to stop because it asks you to have above above 50 stability or above 80 legitimacy for it to even stop ticking up. But you are so far away from either of those at the beginning of the game, so what the hell? Like, even if I am getting one legitimacy per month, I will be needing like 70 months to get to this threshold. And obviously 5% per month is a far worse mean time to happen. How about stability? Even for the stability one, even if I increase the spending, it's really beyond my grasp. So this one is going to fire no matter what. A thing that's not very obvious is, are all of those needed at the same time? So if any of this is not true, then does it get paused or does it go like from 5% to 4%? It's not clear how hard or soft these requirements are. Since stability is potentially the most realistic one that I can do, I will go for it. I also have a coup attempt disaster. This one is also a legitimacy issue. Actually, why am I even bothering with this one? Like, 5% per month is like a 50% chance to happen within 1 to 2 years, right? Like, this is borderline impossible to deal with. This one can potentially be prevented if you are, if I manage to get my legitimacy up to 30. We have less than 0 stability, and it is positive. That's also really weird. And what about this one? Can I declare one on the Turks now? No casus belli. Why does the Eastern Roman Empire not have a casus belli on Roman territory? Many of these provinces right here were Roman just a few years or decades ago. This hasn't been that late into the Roman decay. As a matter of fact, I would say that up until the death of Andronicus III, the empire actually had some recovery potential. So I do have claims here, don't I? But somehow I cannot declare a proper war? What is this? Why do I need a spy network? In order to reclaim Roman territory that supposedly I have a claim on. So can I create a spy network? Alright. I am thinking that maybe the game hasn't like refreshed yet the fact that I have, as we have other obligations, we decided to abandon our spy network in the Ottomans. presumably this is part of the game having the automatic diplomatic system botched and not understanding that custom player actions should have priority. But anyways, let's try again. I kind of wonder, is it me having ADHD that all of this spam looks overwhelming to me? The Emperor's third cousin died. Alright, from food poisoning. That sucks for her. So, I need to wait until the 5th of June. Jesus. Decline of Paleologos. Sure, whatever. How much can I increase my tag? Alright, the Kingdom of Bulgaria decided that both the Bulgarians and the Serbians declared rivalry with me at the same time. Okay. The game doesn't actually make it obvious why my maximum tax rates are at their current level. That's also weird. So let's check out again. Again, the game is like, you do not have a casus belli on them. The fact that you are the Roman Empire and that the claims map shows that you have claims on them doesn't actually matter, for whatever reason. So instead, I will have to create a spy network on them and hope for the best. Doo-doo-doo. $0.22 each month, and presumably if it is 0.22 per month, I will need to wait almost 10 years. Okay, lads, I don't think this is working out. Greek cultural difference influence versus Turkish cultural tradition. Sure, I do have some significant negative modifier. Oh, from the lack of rivals. Alright, let's do something about this just for the sake of not declaring war on the Turks without a casus belli. Even though if this was a normal game, I wouldn't need one. I would like an alliance with someone just to make up for the fact that both the Serbians and the Bulgarians made enemies out of me out of nowhere. Anyways, how do I declare rivals? Oh god. Something tells me I'm not going to like this game. Maybe it's too early, who knows. Maybe modders will fix it. Oh god, what is this? So, are the rivals on the diplomacy tab? Declare war. Declare war against who? All countries are shown, so it literally gives me every single country that I know of that I can conceivably declare war on. Alright. How do I just declare rivalry? I cannot do this from the diplomacy tab. Guys, like, I can't just be retarded, right? This game has problems, right? How do I declare a rivalry? What the fuck? Like, I genuinely cannot believe this. I must be getting retarded or something. Guys, am I retarded? I genuinely cannot believe I am filtered by this. Okay, I have an idea. I will click on my country and I will get my rivals list and I will click on this icon. Okay, but where is this icon? And why can I still not rival the Ottomans even though they rivaled me? Rival Morocco, I suppose. Rival Yemen. Sure, whatever. The game wants me to have rivals for whatever reason. Even if I don't want them. And rival... I'm not sure about... They may become the Holy Roman Empire or something, Bavaria. Let's say England or something. This doesn't make sense to begin with, so who gives a shit? So now, thanks to all of this, I will be able to get the casus belli on 4 years instead, which is still outrageous. Who knows, maybe I can just dunk the supposed penalty. I can intervene in a war between my rivals, Moroccan Tlemceni war. I just rivaled them just because, to fill in the quota. I don't give a shit about Morocco. I don't know, guys. Who the fuck is going to play this over Europa Universalis 4? This is worse than 4 in terms of bloat. So, what is the cost of declaring war without the casus belli? Conquer cost and subjugate cost. Just that? Because I can tank that. At this point, I just wanna see what a war is going to feel like. I There is a very high possibility that maybe the game is, it still has something going on to it and I am missing it. Partially because I went, I road-hooked it, so to speak. I didn't check out the tutorials, and maybe for this type of game, this is non-optional, but this has never ever been the case for a Paradox game for me. So anyways, let's see. Supposedly I am stronger than them, so maybe things are going to work out, although I am paranoid of Serbia and Bulgaria attacking me while I am going at it. So, how much do regulars cost? Fuck that. I don't have the time or money for that. So I will just raise my levies instead. Sure, raise them all. Presumably, judging from my experience with Paradox games, you will just be able to walk this straight and will not have to use a fleet or anything. So let me try to maybe get these troops out of there. Oh, literally nothing. Okay, how do you even... So... I do have transports here, so how do I attach? Alright. Yes, you can just walk straight, as if there was a bridge. How about these troops? Can they also walk? No, they cannot, and that's a good thing. So these guys are just not worth the time investment to even wait for them. I kinda wonder what the reviews are going to be like. Again, you can probably guess what I'm feeling, but I'm also a contrarian. Performance-wise, it's not running too bad. My preset is 1080p and medium graphics, so that's a positive, I suppose. I heard some people were having some serious trouble with performance. I can call in Trebizond in the First War of Eastern Roman Aggression. Alright. Is there anything negative from calling them? Presumably not. And I will send my fleet there to just blockade those redacted. Back in the day, did I really tell them to go just here? Anyways. The fuck? Where are they going? Like, is this just a visual bug? Alright. Okay, that's a little bit debatable. I will just put the commander for everyone. Food access. Sure, whatever. You kinda have to wonder why this game has such supposedly high requirements. Why are those guys bleeding out of morale? They do have food, so what is the... They enslaved 2,500 pops from Herakle Apontiki with just 200 troops. Alright. So, let's merge them. You know, making the liberal assumption that merging is possible. Cool. So, is their morale going to be recovered? So the game claims that we will likely lose this, presumably because our morale wasn't full yet. This is really awkward, this animation thingy. Are those retards actually going to charge into us? Yes, they just did. Alright. The Paradox AI special. Are we losing? Get the fuck out of here. Maybe I was just too impatient regarding the morale thingy. Maybe I should have waited for it to actually reach 100%. 6,000 more people enslaved. Or maybe like I had a big like terrain disadvantage. Sure, whatever. Actually, I will go for this one. It almost looks like my morale bar isn't really full or something like that. Supposedly the game expects us to win. No, more slaves. Could it be like because my sides are unbalanced or something? No, don't lose again. GSG is going to make fun of me. Kind of feels like we are losing on the morale side of things, but we are winning on like the grinding their numbers down side of things. And Trebizond is also here, although they are not reinforcing me. Yeah, so again we lost, but they actually had more casualties. Who knows, maybe Trebizond will take care of their remains. Or Who knows, maybe they have given the Turks mega buffs again, since they are, ethnic and wholesome. For whatever reason, my morale isn't recovering. Alright, finally. Are we reinforcing? Yes, we are. Earthquake in Constantinopolis. 1,000? Get the fuck out of here. So presumably this must be the last of them, like I don't expect. Again, constantly my right flank collapses, but we still won. So we like insta-occupy these territories back? Like how does this even work? So Andronikos died. Unless I was very unlucky in terms of RNG, this must have been scripted or something. Food poisoning. So now I am playing as his wife. Does this game have a deep trade system? Doesn't really look like it. The Ottomans want peace. Yeah, right. Okay, so we now have a civil war to worry about? Or something? Jakub died. Okay, let's try to do something about this clownery here. In before, because I automated diplomacy, the game does something retarded, like auto peace with the Ottomans. How many troops do I need to maintain this siege? Like, this is bloated, right? I'm not going crazy. This is just an eye cancer of information. It's kind of like, you know how there is this saying, idiots admire complexity and geniuses admire simplicity. Maybe the devs were like, holy shit, this will be such a complicated game, it will be so much hard to play, which means that it is actually hardcore or something like that. All I see is just a messy bloat mess. I really wanna see like the reviews. I will go and check out the reviews once I am done with this. Assuming they are out. It has been like 1, maybe 2 hours after release. You know, sometimes you feel like you're going crazy. Yes, I was correct. The game, either that, I don't know, man. I think because I automated diplomacy, the game auto accepted the peace treaty, even though the Turks had 0 troops left and we were just sieging down their provinces. Yeah, that's a rough one. Obviously, this is partially like, how do I put this? I do not understand the game at 100%, but even then, it's really weird. So let me pause things for a couple of minutes and check out some things, and I will be right back. So one last time before I go on with this and end this video, I would like to point out that this is partially on me for, not taking it a little bit slower to learn things. And it is possible that my experience may be very different a couple of days, 1 week, maybe even 1 month from now, because I will certainly look into this game a little bit more. But I also did this on purpose because I like having a, so to speak, day zero, or going into it like as if by surprise experience of the game, and not that of a person with 100 hours. And I don't have a problem with making a future review after 100 hours, but when I will know more about the game. But so far, the reviews have been 71% positive, which is actually horrible. Actually, this means that 2%, just going 2% below that, and is going to make it be a mixed release, which is really bad for Paradox. And this is also keeping in mind that Paradox has a lot of fanboys who just give a positive review like immediately. This metric also includes people who like pre-purchase the game, or who are the most fanatic like Paradox fans, so they are more likely to give a positive review. 24 hours from now, there is a significant chance that this will be maybe 65%, somewhere around there. And again, it seems like the negative reviews are fairly spot on. They are mostly repeating the same things that I did. Many people are just as disgusted by the UI as I was. The UI in this game is by far some of the most cluttered, awful to navigate, and tooltip riddled mess I have never ever seen in a GSG. This is exactly my feelings. Like, I felt like I was going crazy, like it was just me, but no, there are others who completely agree with this. What else? For me, it wasn't unstable, but this individual received the game for free, so maybe, and he has 27 hours, so maybe he was like a beta tester and he had a worse experience. Multiplayer, I don't came for the multiplayer. AI, yeah, I could immediately tell there were some problems with the artificial intelligence when that Turkish 200 stack like ran straight towards me at the Straits of Bithynia for no reason whatsoever. But on the other hand, the AI being bad also bites you in the ass when you automate things. Like, for example, when I automated diplomacy and then the AI that kept the diplomacy in control automatically cancelled my attempt to send spies to the Ottomans, or when the AI automatically accepted peace from the Ottomans. Like, what? That's horrible. Let's see what the others will have to say about this. The AI is bad, the UI is atrociously bad, based, thank you. Like, holy shit, guys. Underwhelmed and worst of all, bored. I'm kind of pissed off. I lost against the Ottomans. Lost because I didn't really lose. It's just that the AI decided to lose for me. I have been following Paradox games since 2004, back when Europa Universalis 2 was still a thing. By now I am accustomed to expecting poor releases with lackluster performance and a high number of bugs, but holy, I did not expect the game to not launch at all. I'd like this opportunity to congratulate the developer on reaching this new height. So anyways, that's enough for the time being. Let's see if I can reload actually. Like, maybe prevent the AI from ending things so horribly for me. Maybe end this video on a slightly positive note. Interesting how the loading screen is lagging as it zooms out. My worst score at the last time we saved was 53, minus 53%, so it's not that there was enough time for it to downgrade to minus 100%, right? It's just that the diplomatic AI cucked me, pretty much. So yeah, I will speed 5 this because we are not longer being serious at this point. Let's not get bankrupt while we are waiting for the Turkish defeat. So, could it be that minus 50 is the new minus 100? That's number one of what I'm thinking. Number two of what I'm thinking is maybe Trebizond somehow got leadership of the war and is declaring peace on my behalf. Either that or minus 50 is the new minus 100 or something. It sucks a little bit, but honestly, I wasn't taking this seriously in the way it declared war to begin with. Like, I couldn't even be bothered to wait those 4 years for my spy to produce the casus belli. Yeah, anyways, my too long didn't read of this is like, in order to, this wasn't really a review, this was a first experience or a first thoughts type of video, and my first thoughts are really bad, like, damn. I really dislike the user interface first and foremost, like, it's kind of like I don't even wanna bother learning the game due to how bloated it feels. And I feel like even if I learn it, even if I invest the next 2 days on tutorials, I will still have wasted those days because I'm not going to like the game. But I will still give it a chance. So far, my first impressions were really bad. So I don't know. I'm not going to immediately drop this. I will research the game a little bit, do some tutorials, look up some resources online, and I will do another run. And then, depending on my experience, this will be what will determine if I will maybe play this in the future, maybe run a game, or at the very least a more structured review that will be more productive to you guys, or if this will be like just a dead on arrival game that I will never touch, kind of like Imperator. With Imperator, I sort of like gave it a chance for a few hours. I definitely bothered to learn it, but I realized that I just wasted my time learning it because it was just not for me. And I worry that this may be the same for this game, Europa Universalis 5. So, anyways, lads, thanks for watching. Sorry if this wasn't up to your expectations. It definitely wasn't up to my expectations. I didn't expect to dislike the game that much, or for me to blunder that badly while playing it. It's obvious that I didn't know what I was doing, and I will certainly give it another chance. But my first impression was a bad one, mostly because of the UI. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you on the next one. See ya. Oh, and before I go, also look forward for my next videos regarding Age of Enlightenment. I am making a lot of progress, and I think that by the end of the year I will be at a spot where I will be like done with the mechanics required for the base game to function, meaning that between January and February I will be able to begin on deploying a demo or a pre-alpha version. So yeah, I hope that you will be looking forward to it, and I will almost certainly be seeing you again soon. See ya!